Hi everyone, this is Donny Lowy from Closeout I hope you're having a great day today. I'd like to discuss with you how you can get really good wholesale deals at sample sales in New York. Now, if you've been to New York before, you could actually look them up online also. You're going to see there's a lot of sample sales that take place, especially in the fashion district. So let's start from scratch. A sample sale originally was a sale done by a manufacturer or by a brand to sell out the inventory that they use as samples. So for example, let's say Tahari used samples to sell their new styles to the department stores or to boutiques. Now Tahari had samples for all the different styles that they made, and they might have actually made multiples of a style because they want to show it to many different buyers. They have different offices, they have salespeople that call up on the stores, they have salespeople in their showroom. There are many reasons why they're going to accumulate samples. When the season was done, then what a brand like Tahari would do is set up a sample sale where people could come to their showroom and buy their samples. Now, as this became even a bigger business, a lot of the brands started producing clothing that they intended to sell in the sample sales, and actually a lot of the brands, what they did is they took their overstock, meaning the clothing that they didn't sell or orders that they had that were canceled and now they had that inventory available, or even orders that were returned by retailers. Let's say there was an agreement that if the clothing wasn't sold by the retailer, it could be returned to the brand, so the clothing's still in brand new condition. So the brands would take all of that clothing and conduct a sample sale. Now sample sales have evolved to the point where there are business people who will rent an empty store either for a few days or for a few weeks, and they'll buy brand name merchandise and then they'll sell it in that sale, and they'll call it a sample sale, and then they'll attract people off the street, they'll give out flyers, they'll put it out in the newspaper, and then people will come. They'll give them really good deals, but the sale is limited. Now here's how it works. When you go to a sample sale, as I mentioned, the sample sale is only going to be held for a limited amount of time, maybe a few days or a few weeks. So while the person running the sample sale is already going to have very low prices because he wants to attract customers to come in off the street, or people who happen to be shopping in the area might get a flyer, and he wants them to come to his pop-up store, right, and make a purchase at the sample sale. But he knows that he has to have very low price to begin with, right, because that's how he's going to get people to come to a store and actually buy his merchandise. But in addition to that, the operator of the sample sale knows that he or she has a limited amount of time to make those sales. So what you want to do is you want to go find a sample sale, introduce yourself to the manager or to the owner if possible, find out when the sample sale is going to be completed, and you want to let them know that your intention is to buy any clothing that they don't sell at the sample sale. They might actually make an offer right then. They might say to you, look, you know what? We'd rather make a sale now instead of waiting for the last day, so we'll give you an extra 10 or 20% off. And imagine, there could be clothing at a sample sale which is being sold at up to 80% off retail. So that means a $100 item, let's say a $100 suit for women, might be sold for $20 at the sample sale. If you get an extra 20% off, now you're only paying $16 for it. Or it might be a pair of beautiful shoes, might be a handbag. One thing is, when you shop at a sample sale, you want to make sure everything is genuine. So first establish that, find out how they buy the stuff, who they buy the stuff from, and ideally you want to shop by sample sales that are held by the brand. Once you're there at the sample sale, you want to negotiate based on your buying power, meaning you want to let them know how much you can buy and buy as much as possible so you can get the lowest possible price, right? So to summarize, you want to find out when the sample sale is going to be completed. You want to let them know up front what your intentions are, because they might give you a very good deal right then. And if you wait until then, which is fine, you should be able to get an even lower price on the merchandise because the sale is going to be completed. But here's the thing. Some of the people who do sample sales throughout the year at different locations. So they might not have an incentive to sell you the merchandise on the last day. We might have the same incentive to sell you the merchandise on any day, provided that you can buy a large enough quantity of merchandise. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. My website is closeoutexplosion.com.